What's going on, my trainer club? We have the Seasons Change Part 2 in Pokemon Go. So we have some new eggs, 12-kilometer eggs for the first time ever, and everything to go along with that. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how excited are you guys for the new Change in Season Part 2 event that has already started today on October 12th, which is going to be really fun. We have some new eggs out, the 12-kilometer eggs. We also have a research quest line that's going to give us a Shadow Mewtwo and a whole bunch of other cool things, including some new Pokemon that are going to be out for the first time ever that you can hatch from those 12-kilometer eggs. So without further ado, let's get into everything we have to know about this event in Pokemon Go, starting right now. So the event is going to go from October 12th, right now, Monday, all the way until Tuesday, October 20th. So it's actually going to be a day longer than it is going to be a week, which is amazing. So originally, we did think that the strange eggs were going to include some shadow Pokemon in them. However, that is not going to be the case. What is the case that it's going to include poison and dark type Pokemon in these 12-kilometer eggs that you're going to be able to get from the rocket leaders, which we will include everything encompassing in those eggs. The bonuses are going to include two things: 1/4 hatch distance, which is amazing because a 12-kilometer egg all the way down to 3 kilometers is really easy for us rather than the 12 kilometers. And we're going to have an increase in Team Go Rocket prevalence everywhere, Pokestops, balloons as well. So it's a great time for you guys to hit those gold medals, including myself. If you haven't hit that 1,000 rocket battles yet, this is a great time for you guys to complete that. And the features of this event are going to include, number one, strange eggs that we talked about. You will get a 12-kilometer egg from battling a team leader of Arlo, Cliff, or Sierra. The one catch is you have to have an egg spot open when battling, as we did talk about, and then you guys will be able to get this egg. So that's really good for us. The 12-kilometer eggs are also going to be in the game beyond just this event, so it looks like it is a new feature that is added into the game. We have definitely needed a shakeup in the eggs, and this is a cool way for us to get some more rare Pokemon from a little bit higher yield of an egg, 12 kilometers. And then we have special research with Professor Willow that's going to lead us all the way into battling Giovanni. This is going to be the last special research for the Go Rockets for the year of 2020, as they have pointed out. So with this said, we are going to get all the way and then to rescue Shadow Mewtwo. This is going to be the first time that it has been out for everybody globally besides just the GoFest people. And like I did say in my leak video that I announced this morning, please do not purify your Shadow Mewtwo. Tell your friends anywhere. Shadow Mewtwo, even at the base floor of the worst one that you can get, is going to be better than the best 100% IV purified version of that Pokemon. So do not purify your Shadow Mewtwo. Tell all your friends, tell everybody that you know. Please tell them and spread the word, because that is probably the worst thing that you could do, is purify that Pokemon. You can also take a snapshot for a surprise, and then there's also going to be some Team Go Rocket leader attire that is going to populate the shop if you guys want to change over. And like I mentioned before, Shadow Mewtwo is the first time outside of the GoFest event that you will be able to get Shadow Mewtwo in Pokemon Go, which is really exciting. So now, to get into the Shadow Pokemon that are new, where they're going to sit, what they're going to do, and then also to make sure we check out the spawns and the 12-kilometer eggs with the correlating 100% IVs, that's going to lead us into our top tips, starting off with tip number 1. So tip number 1, I'm going to include the shadow Pokemon in this that are new to make sure you guys know what is going on. So as we talked about in the leak video, we now have Shadow, Diglett, Slowpoke, and Shellder, Aerodactyl, Hoppip, Teddiursa, and Skarmory. So initially I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be tremendous amount of shakeup with the shadow Pokemon in all of the Go Battle Leagues. However, that's not quite the case. The only one that looks to be better is going to be Ursaring. Ursaring in the Ultra League is going to be ranked 91 in the shadow form, with the regular form being in 121. The moveset on this Pokemon is going to be Shadow Claw, Close Combat, and Play Rough. The 100% IVs are going to be 0, 15, 13 on this Pokemon. So if you guys do want to get after it, that's going to be the one that's going to be the most effective to be able to get after. So please check that out. So with all of those shadow Pokemon, we are now going to go into the new team leaders, because we also have new leader Pokemon for each of the leaders that can be shiny as well, that are taking over from the last ones. Arlo is going to have shiny shadow Growlithe potential out there. In the second spot, it can have a Charizard, Blastoise, or Steelix. And then in the third spot, it can have Dragonite, Scizor, or Salamence. If you guys do want to see a shadow counter guide, please drop in the comments and let me know. I will definitely get after if it's something you guys want. Cliff now has shiny shadow Omanyte out. The second round of Pokemon can be Machamp, Onix, or Electivire, Tyranitar, Swampert, as well as Torterra. And Sierra can have Drowzee with the shiny potential now. With Exeggutor as the second one, we can have Lapras as well as Sharpedo. And then the third round is going to be Alakazam, Shiftry, or Houndoom, which is then going to lead us to Giovanni. Giovanni is going to have Persian. In the second spot, it can have Kangaskhan, Nidoking, or Garchomp, and then finally, it's going to have Mewtwo. And the Inter-Egg Sting Development Special Research Quest line. Thank you to LeakDuck for putting together such amazing graphics for all of us, guys. If you guys don't follow him, please do follow him on Instagram. So, we have stage number 1. We have spin 5 Pokestops, 500 Stardust, defeat 3 Team Go Rocket Grunts for 500 Stardust, and catch 1 Shadow Pokemon for a Meowth encounter for grand total rewards of 500 Stardust, 10 Pokeballs, and 10 Raspberries. Stage number 2, we have catch 5 Shadow Pokemon, 750 XP, make 3 nice curveball throws in a row with 750 XP, and then purify 5 Shadow Pokemon for 750 Stardust. If you guys do want to do that and you want to save your Stardust, please do take the 1000 purify per Pokemon. If you guys do listen to my tips and you have some Zubats or Rats stacked up, this would be a great time to purify those guys and only use 5000 Stardust as opposed to doing the regular ones, standard Pokemon, which is about 3000 Stardust per purify. For grand total rewards, 1500 Stardust, 10 Great Balls. Remember that the Com Day is coming up this weekend, so you guys want to save your Great Balls and your Ultra Balls. And then we have a Larvitar encounter. Larvitar 100% IV is going to be 445. On to stage number 3, we have defeat a Team Go Rocket leader 3 times for 1000 XP. Make sure to have your egg spots open to get those 12-kilometer eggs. Hatch 3 eggs, which is going to be 1000 XP. Earn 5 candies walking with your buddy. If you want to put on something that's easy, do a Magikarp. 1000 XP again. For the grand total rewards of 1500 Stardust, we have 3 golden raspberries, and we have a Toxicroak encounter. The Toxicroak 100% IV is going to be 1066. Moving on to stage number 4, we have defeat a Team Go Rocket leader. So now this is specific to leaders, Arlo, Cliff, and Sierra, 1250. Then we're going to get 5 Hyper Potions. We're going to get the Team Go Rocket Boss Radar. Now we're going to get 3 revives. And then onto stage number 5, we have to find the Team Go Rocket boss, Giovanni, 2500 Stardust. Battle Giovanni for 1500 XP. Defeat the Team Go Rocket boss for 3 Silver Pineapple Berries for grand total rewards of 3000 Stardust. A charged as well as a fast TM. To move us on to stage number 6, which is going to be 2000 XP for 3 times for a total of 6000 XP. And the grand total rewards is actually going to give us something pretty cool. 3 max revives. We have the Ultra Balls, 20, save those for the Com Day, and then we actually have an Elite Charge TM. So we then have the Mewtwo encounter, 1791, if it's going to be at level 15 task level. But according to all the other quests, it has not been. So this could be a wide gambit of what the Mewtwo IVs could be for you guys. But the Elite Charge TM would be able to give your Mewtwo Psystrike in the Shadow form. Please do not purify this Psystrike Mewtwo. And then I also wanted to make another note. So I did see somebody in my comments, and LeakDuck did clarify this. If you are encountering a Suicune, back out of the battle and try it again tomorrow or battle Giovanni via a rocket balloon. Because the rocket stops that were rolled out before the end of the event will have Suicune instead of Shadow Mewtwo. Another note is this is special research and there is no distinct expiration to this. So guys, if you are encountering Suicune and you already caught it, that's kind of a problem. However, if you did encounter it, please, or do encounter it, back out of the battle and then wait until tomorrow to be able to get it. Because in the specific text for Pokemon Go Live, they did mention that you're not going to be able to get the Giovanni with the Mewtwo until the day after the event starts. So please pass this around to anybody that does need it, because I would hate for you guys to catch a Suicune when in reality you just needed to wait a day to get a Mewtwo. And when we were doing the Go Fest, the Mewtwo was at a level 15 and it was at 10 base floor IVs. I don't know if that's going to be the same case for all you guys out there. However, if it is, 1791 is going to be the level 15 100% IV. So with everything done with the Shadow Pokemon, now let's get into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be talking about the 12-kilometer eggs. So we have a bunch of Pokemon that are going to be hatching from there. So I'm going to give you the 100% IVs and where they correlate in each of the leagues to see which ones prevail and which ones do not. So let's start after it right now. Number 1, we have Larvitar with the shiny potential. 594 is going to be the 100% IV for this one. And then number 2, we have Absol. Absol does have a shiny as well. 100% IV is going to be 1443. And then we have Sandile. Sandile hatched is going to be 592 for the 100% IV. It's going to go into Crocodile. Crocodile is going to be the best in the Master League. Ranked 56 with Snarl, Crunch, and Earthquake. Then we have Scraggy. 784 is going to be the 100% IV, followed by the Trubbish. So Trubbish and Absol, as well as probably Larvitar, probably not my most favorite ones in here. And then we do have some better ones that are going to come here in a second, but a little bit kind of iffy. 571 is going to be the 100% IV. And then we have Pawniard. Pawniard's going to go into Bisharp. Bisharp is going to do best in the Ultra League at rank 108 with a 100% IV at a 01515. And then we have Vullaby, which goes into Mandibuzz. Vullaby 100% IV is going to be 726. Mandibuzz is going to do pretty well in the Great and the Ultra League. In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 42. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 63. Ultra League is going to be 100% IV maxed out because it maxes below 2500 and you can buddy boost it. In the Great League, 100% IV is going to be 01315. So for all these ones that do have lower than 10 attacks, guys, obviously you're going to have to trade them, but since they're new, we don't know how rare they are, I may suggest not going after it. But the moveset on this one is going to be Snarl, Shadow Ball, and Foul Play. And then finally, we have the almighty Dino. Dino does have a shiny potential out there. It is probably one of the rarer shinies in the game because it's super rare in the wild. It can be found, but it also has been in 7-kilometer eggs, which was also really rare during the event, but that's not important. 606 is going to be the 100% IVs. So with all that said, guys, it appears to be kind of like a 10-kilometer egg pool focused on similar Pokemon that might come out of Team Rockets, right, with the poison and the dark type. And obviously it's going to take 2 more kilometers to walk than the 10-kilometer eggs, but since it's 1/4 egg distance right now, that's going to be a great thing for you guys to go after, hatching them in 3 kilometers instead of 12 kilometers. So do battle the Go Rocket leaders, and then if you do battle them and you have egg spots open, you can then hatch it. But I don't know if I would say like go gung-ho and use all your incubators, even though this is a great time to do that because it's really going to decrease the amount of distance you're going to have to use to hatch these. So do please take into account that you're probably going to be hatching more heavily on the Absols, Larvitars, maybe the Trubbish as well. So just be cautious going in. Maybe start with 2 or 3 if you're going to use some premium incubators and go from there. And then briefly, I just want to touch, thank you to Matt from my alumni Discord. Really appreciate Matt. He hatched 9 12-kilometer eggs and gave me the sample size of what his hatch looked like. I saw some other people hatching eggs, and this is relatively what the samples of the eggs look like when you hatch 9 of them. So we have 2 Larvitars, 2 Absols, 2 Trubbish, then we have 2 Vullaby, which are the new Pokemon, and then we have a Pawniard as well. So 3 of the 9 are going to be new hatches, new encounters. And then we also have, you know, the Larvitars, 2 of them have shiny potentials. So did the Absol, 2 shiny potentials. Trubbish does not. So like I said, I think the biggest downfall of these eggs is just the Trubbish in general. However, it looks like some of these other Pokemon are pretty cool. And then there's also the new ones in there as well, which is really cool. And I did see some people complaining about these 12-kilometer eggs. However, think about this. We have not really had a way to guarantee us a 10-kilometer egg virtually up until this point. Yes, you can do the every Monday walk over 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers and get a 10-kilometer egg. But now you want to stack up 10-kilometer eggs to hatch for Stardust during an event when we have double hatch Stardust or we have a calm day coming up. We now have the ability, which is incredible, to go and get 12-kilometer eggs, which are virtually 10-kilometer eggs from rocket leaders, put 2 extra kilometers on those, which is not all that big of a deal, and now we basically have guaranteed ways to get massive hatches of Stardust during 9 10-kilometer eggs, and now we'll just call it 9 12-kilometer eggs. So in this regard, it is absolutely fantastic. Not only is it fantastic, this is a new way for us to start playing and maximizing on some of the tips that I do talk about with controlled, instead of just going out there. And my tips beforehand were do the 50 kilometers, get the 10-kilometer egg, and then go out and spin and hatch eggs. Now it's like, no, now I go with an open egg spot. I go ahead and defeat a Team Go Rocket leader, and boom, I have virtually a 10-kilometer egg. And now I can get 9 10-kilometer eggs, which is now 12-kilometer eggs, really easily with just more effort. So with all that said, now let's get into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be the new Team Rocket leaders, because we now have Shiny Shadow potential for Growlithe, Shiny Shadow potential for Omanyte, Shiny Shadow potential for the Drowzee. So going from some of the other Pokemon, we had Bagon and then we had Beldum. And now we're kind of getting into a little bit less important Pokemon here. Like, those Pokemon are strong. We had one of the top strongest Pokemon in the game for a while, Beldum going into Metagross in the Shadow form. And now we have these other Pokemon that have already been out, but now they have shiny potentials coming from the leaders. Not the biggest fans of them in particular, because obviously I'd rather have a Grimer or a Lapras, or even better with the Bagon as well as the Beldums, but we're here where we're at right now. So with all that said, now let's just check out the spawns and then we'll wrap up this video. So it's going to be all poison and dark type boosted spawn. I did see some Vulpix out there as well, so it does look like Vulpix is kind of like continuing onwards. I sure hope so. I need that shiny, and if it was only going to be out for a couple days, that's also going to be a rare shiny. So I hope it continues onwards with this event. The spawns are going to be Spinarak, Houndour, as well as Poochyena. Houndour and Poochyena do have shiny potentials. We do have Nuzleaf, Sableye, and Gulpin. Sableye does have a shiny, and then Stunky and Purloin. So the big wins of this event: number 1, we have 12-kilometer eggs that just have new Pokemon that are going to be prevailed. We have 1/4 egg hatch distance for those 12-kilometer eggs, and for any other eggs that we are going to get after, I'm going to be hatching those 12-kilometer eggs for sure. We do have new Shiny Shadow Pokemon. Anybody that did not participate in GoFest now has the ability to get themselves a Shadow Mewtwo as well. So thank you to all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.